Hey guys, Charles DeWitte here from MVMNT.io, teaching creative professionals how to increase their profits and build a better business. Today I want to talk about UI designers and how they can get more clients. Now, this topic is close to home for me because I was a freelance UI designer for the first 2, 3 years of my career. Um, you know, Doing things for projects, smaller projects, starting out at 18, 19 years old, um, and really struggling to get high value clients, and not having any referrals to depend on, not having an existing network, having to approach clients from a cold perspective, which is pretty hard when you're just starting out your career. So what I really want to do today is focus on a hustle tactic that got me a ton more clients, and they started to pay me better as well because of a certain subtle maneuvers. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Motivation and expertise. The first thing I want to touch on is expertise. You're a professional, you're a designer, so you know a bad visual culture, a bad design when you see it. Right? So what your expertise does is it gives you a chance to prove your value and show a brand or a business owner how better design can actually yield them more customers and profits in the immediate future as well as the long-term future of their business. This is where expertise really comes into play, because what you're doing is you're shifting your label from being a designer to, actually being a design consultant, where profit and more customers drive the narrative, as opposed to just being perceived as this little freelance designer sitting in mom's basement trying to crank out websites and app designs. That's sort of the subtle difference in perception when you approach a customer from a profit standpoint, as opposed to approaching a customer from a design standpoint or a visual standpoint or a creative standpoint, which is often a language that they don't really understand or are passionate about. What you want to do after you've identified bad design, whether you're browsing the app store and see an app that's trying to sell stuff, but their visual culture is horrible, or you're looking for something on Google and you stumble upon a horrible looking website when you're trying to buy a new lawnmower or something like that. It doesn't really matter. What you want to do is identify what that brand can do better and conceptualize a better and cleaner mock-up for that brand's app or website or marketing campaign that they might be running, and present that mock-up in a 2-minute video. um, I say video because video stands out. It's something that other brands aren't doing. They're not shooting videos for potential clients. They're not taking the effort to design something for them already without even being asked. It's very hard for a customer to give you, thousands of dollars when they've never even seen what you have in mind for them, right? So if you're a good designer, you can conceptualize something very fast, whether it's a landing page or a new visual for an app or something like that, and you can put it in a really clean mock-up, like a MacBook image, or an iPhone image, depending on the format of the project. But what you want to do is present that in a really nice looking video and walk them through, their current design, what they're doing wrong, what you identify as something that they could be doing better, and then exemplifying that with, a mock-up example. Putting this all together, guys, I'm not gonna lie, it can take you 30 minutes to an hour per person. It's quite some work, but that's the work that other people aren't doing. Other designers in the space are literally fighting over $500 contracts on freelance marketplaces, and you don't want to put yourself in that category. You want to show business owners that you're a serious professional who knows what they're doing, who can add a lot of value to the table, and you're not just a designer, you're someone who thinks about profit and making money. That's what business owners understand, and that's what they want to hear, right? The secondary question that I get the most is, who do I actually approach? How do I know that a certain business will listen to me? Very easy. First, you're going to look for brands and businesses that are already investing in marketing and traffic, to their website, to their app, and they're trying to make money online. The chances of you selling a $15,000 app or website to someone who collects stamps is very slim. That person is not looking to make money online. They're just displaying a stamp collection. So why would they invest $15,000 in a new website? So don't approach, business owners or entrepreneurs or brands that aren't doing business. Nonprofits, it's very hard for them to, get a budget approved of a big project because there's no immediate return on their investment, right? So only go after businesses and brands that are actually trying to make money online. And go after businesses and brands that are actively investing in their image online, their traffic, and that they care about their reputation and sales, whether they're business to business models or business to consumer products. I don't really care. B2B, B2C, IDC, that's what I always say. At the end of the day, they're trying to make money online, and what you're doing is using your visual and creative skill set in user interface design to help them make more money online, right? You're not just selling them on a better website, you're selling them on more clients and more profit. So let me recap this simple three-step approach, which I call the MVMNT.io design client deal process. Step one is very easy. Recognize bad design and do something about it, right? Identify how a certain brand's design culture can be improved and what you do differently. Then present that in a video and exemplify it with two or three improved design concepts that you put together in 20, 30 minutes. If you're a good designer and you know what you're doing, this shouldn't take you very long. You mock it up in Photoshop or Sketch, you throw it in a nice looking presentation, and you walk through it for 60 to 120 seconds with the client. Now, you're going to gauge a lot of interest when that happens because people will see that you have, a little YouTube video for them. They're going to look through it. They're going to see their brand. They're going to see that you're directly approaching them and customizing things for them. That's all very impressive, and it's stuff that no other freelancers or agencies are doing for cold approach. This is something that literally I implemented a couple of years ago, and with a 10x hustle of getting 5 to 10 of these videos out with client concepts a day, I could close and count on closing at least 2 to 3 new clients every single week. Okay, why? Because I 10x'd my efforts to get these videos out, to approach these people, to research, to do work, preliminary work, and actually get it out to the relevant people. And guess what? If you send 20 or 30 of these videos out per week, you're going to get 2 or 3 new clients per week. And on average, depending on your services, on the level of your presentation, on and what you can promise them, and also, obviously what the business can afford and what they gauge could deliver them a good ROI, you're going to be making between $10,000 and $20,000 a month if you're a proper UI designer and you're following this method and actually implementing it times 10. So again, guys, it's all about having a certain vision, having a certain strategy, taking action on that strategy times 10, and then, reaping the results and the rewards from all that action and all that effort. That's really what this is all about, getting a clear vision, putting it into action, and then making a ton of money while providing value and worth to your customers.